The US economy was officially entered a recession at the beginning of Q3 of 2022 after following two consecutive quarters of an economy shrinking in terms of overall performance. And what does this mean for Facebook advertisers? What does this mean for online e-commerce and everything like that? Today, I hopefully help you share my opinion and kind of my thoughts on this whole thing, as I am no economist or economics person, but at least have share my kind of mental frame with you guys of what I'm thinking going into this. So before we get started, if you don't know who I am, my name is Nick Theriot. I am a Facebook ads media buyer, agency, all that fun stuff like that. I share all my knowledge with you guys on YouTube, with one day you getting the opportunity to work with my agency. I'm not selling a course or anything like that. I've done over $25 million in online sales with Facebook ads just in the last 2.5 years. So that's basically what I do, come from my credible background. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So going into what a recession is specifically. So all a recession is basically means that, as the US economy has been growing month over month over month or quarter over quarter, this just basically means that we went to 2 quarters of negative growth. So we shrunk and, constrained, something like that. We shrunk a little bit. Okay. So that's all that happened. All right. And we announced it beginning of Q3 going into, was it like July, going into July, officially announced we're going into recession. Now, what does that mean for the market, business owners, and, e-commerce agencies, things like that? So just looking at it from what it is, it's basically means there's going to be less money in the market. Some people will lose their job. There's already been a few companies, not many, that's dropped their bottom 10% of people or bottom 20% of their employees, but nothing crazy. And we still haven't seen the large chain reaction that really makes this whole bubble burst in that perspective right there. It actually has been quite chill in that sense right there, as it hasn't been too hectic or too crazy yet. Okay. Usually a chain reaction starts when a lot of large companies, huge, Ford, Chevrolet, Dell, Microsoft, even bigger, mass banks and things like that. Large multi-billion-dollar companies that let off a ton of their employees all at once. Okay. That usually creates a large panic in the market, which takes people and they really pull back their funds tremendously. Okay. So usually what they do is they first cut off anything that's unnecessary. So when it comes down to unnecessary, this also comes down to, all right, you guys are watching now that run e-commerce businesses, lead gen business, info product businesses, and anything else, apps, yada, yada, yada. Okay. If people are cutting out unnecessary things, I don't know where your business falls at. And that's the first thing. You have to determine, is your business, considered a necessary product? For example, right here, I can give you 3 different brands. Okay. 3 different brands that we currently run ads for. One of them is a metal sign brand that is purely a feel good, look good type of product. Okay. There's absolutely no benefit for having this specific product. Okay. That type of product right there is going to take a really big hit. Okay. We have another brand that sells supplements, and these supplements provide, they're caffeine-free alternatives. So people who want to get off caffeine, they make you think better. They make you think more clear, a lot more focused, and getting that deep flow state of work. And that type of product right there, it'll take a small hit in sales, but not a large hit. And here's why: because it actually provides a really good solution to you. And you can already see, people who are practically broke are still forking over the last $5 for Starbucks. Okay. So supplement type products, depending on what you're selling, especially things that give you more energy and make you go through your day, you'll see a noticeable impact, but it won't be anything crazy like, say, a metal signs brand. All right. And that's only if we really see this big chain reaction and people start pulling mass amounts of money out. Because right now, we're already in a recession, but we're not really seeing anything crazy yet. Okay. We're looking for a massive, big panic of fear across the market. Okay. Now, the third business that I'll give you guys an example on, we sell a type of insurance. I can't go specifically into what it is, but it's in the medical space, and it's a no-brainer that's actually going to save people a lot of money. And that type of business right there, again, might see a very, very, very small impact, but it has so much of an upside potential and solves such a massive problem for people that it's almost a no-brainer even during a recession. All right. It might even be a might even grow during a recession because people are really trying to make sure to protect as possible going into a recession. Okay, so like those type of business right there, that can give you 3 clear examples. Okay, now another thing is when a recession hits, obviously people are going to cut down the unnecessary. So if you are in unnecessary business and you do have that fear, you do need to be looking at what are other products and services like that maybe you could deploy in your business that solve more of a problem, or can get people addicted to it, kind of like a supplement that increases productivity and cuts caffeine, things like that, yada yada yada. So you might be able to more look at how can I just have backup plans and have other products and offerings that I can bring to the table that even during a recession when people barely have are seeing less money in their bank accounts, they would still fork over money for my product or service. Okay, now going into cutting down advertising, because there's a lot of business owners asking like, hey, should I cut down advertising, things like that. That right there is a big no. You should not be cutting down advertising, because if you're cutting down your advertising budget right now, it's more important than ever to be a smart marketer and how to run ads effectively, because if there's less people in the total amount in the total pool of ads we can run to, because there's less buyers in the market. There's still buyers in the market, don't get me wrong. It's just gonna be more competitive than ever. So building a brand becomes more essential. Building a solid offering that people love and will literally fork over the last few dollars for, and building amazing creatives and copy and like all that good stuff right there. All of that becomes more important than ever, because there is less people in the market, less buyers in the market. So it's more competitive. You really need to be able to stand out across all these other brands. Okay. So this is super, super important to be looking into. And with that being said, that also goes back to, my philosophy of, hey, you should only be really focusing on creative, copy, and offering. You should be working on all those media buying tactics, like things like that, because quite frankly, they don't improve performance. You should be focusing on what improves performance. So you should already be focusing on these. You just need to be doubling down on these and really making sure you're spending more time on it, more investment into it, things like that, because that's going to allow you to stand out from the competition. It's allow you to really position yourself in a way that it's to put you in front of the competition, basically, which will allow you to get more market share during a recession, which, will help you out with sales and stuff like that. Now, you will probably see higher cost per acquisition. So AKA less, if you need a $25 CPA right now, you might see a $30 CPA. You might still see a $25 CPA. You might see a $40 CPA. I really couldn't tell you because I don't know what your business looks like, but I did give you a few examples, so you might know where you fall at in that perspective right there. Now, the next thing, so obviously you have what a recession is, you have, what to do with like the spending, things like that. And then lastly, I kind of want to touch on like, before I get into this, make sure you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up, because that's really important right there. That's just something that's a no-brainer at all. You should already have 3 months of expenses saved up, whether you're a marketer, whether you're a business owner, be able to at least cover 3 months. You may just want to double that. Go to 6 months now. If you already have 3 months, go to 6 months. If you have nothing, go to 3 months at least. Okay. Get that cash reserve, because if shit does hit the fan, at least you have some funding to go through for a few months in that perspective right there. Now, the next thing I want to touch on is kind of like my mental frame around this. And guys, I'm really sorry. I am sick technically. Just don't know what it is. So I'm sorry. I know this might be hard to listen to, but I got to get the videos done. I got to stay on that YouTube grind. And due to that, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. So what is my mental frame, my mental stance on going to the recession? As a marketer, right? For me, I work with other brands and, I compete against other marketers on the marketplace. So I have to make sure that I am staying on top of my game, because in a recession, if there's 2 marketers to go to, a company wants to work with, they're going to choose the one with the best results, that brings the best systems and strategies to the table, and that does everything that, not just I push buttons on an ad account. These particular people can really come in with some solid creative strategy, copy strategy, really can help us out with our offer and really crush in the ad account. That's going to look significantly better. I look at it like a football team, not football in Europe or in different other countries, stuff like that. I'm talking about USA specifically, okay? USA football. You know, you have your first string, your second string, your third string. You know, if a team needs to pull budget back on the whole team, they're not going to fire their first string quarterback, okay? They're going to start firing people on the third string and then the second string if they have to, if things really hit the fan, okay? Which, you know, they really wouldn't do that. But, you know, if things start hitting the fan and they have to drastically pull their money back. So if you know that second and third string people are going to get fired before a first string player, you need to be doubling down on yourself more than ever right now in terms of investing into yourself, you know, hiring mentors, coaches, and things like that. That's going to push you forward and increase your value in the marketplace versus, you know, shrinking back, being in fear mode and not doing any of this and then just getting, you know, destroyed in the competition, because that's honestly what's going to happen in that perspective right there. So my mental frame right now is, hey, I can only focus on what I control. I'm going to focus on stashing more cash in the bank and, you know, making sure I have a few months of expenses saved up. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on my control when it comes down to advertising and only focus on offer, copy, and creative. Okay. We already got the ad account structure down. We, you know, it takes us 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes to manage an ad account on a daily basis. Okay. The other 7 hours and 50 minutes we spend on a daily basis, specifically on building better creative, better copy, analyzing offers and things like that. Okay. So that's where we focus our time. Okay. So I'm focusing on what I can control. And the longer I spend in a negative spiral, in a fear state, an anxiety state like that, that's not going to allow me to focus on what I need to do to grow the business. And I'm just going to get shit on by my competition. Okay. So that's why it's more important than ever to keep a very strong mental frame going into this, because that is the only way you can be able to push through it and focus on what's going to increase your value in the marketplace, what's going to allow you to beat your competition. How can you spend more on advertising? How can you spend it more effectively? How can I make sure I have enough cash saved up on the side as well? Like, those are the things that you need to be worried about right now and really need to be putting more time and attention to, not, you know, crouching in a corner and, you know, fucking shaking with like fear and anxiety. Because that's not how you're going to be able to push through this in that perspective right there. So, but yeah, guys, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm just giving you guys my opinion on this. Again, I'm no economist or economics person like that. This is just simply my opinion based off what I've observed. And, you know, once we start seeing mass layoffs and thousands and millions of businesses starting to shut down, I could do a part 2 on that, and we can have a whole new different strategy. And like, you know, we'll teach you guys how to, like, you know, fucking go build a farm and stuff like that to have your own supply chain, stuff like that. So, but guys, thank you again for watching this video. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Again, I don't sell y'all anything on a course or anything like that. My goal with these videos is to simply help you guys get to a point where we can come into your business, and that's roughly around $50,000 to $100,000 a month in revenue. So book a call below with me and my team if you are making that much. Do a free strategy call together. You can take that and run with it, or you have the option to work with us if you choose. So make sure you click the link below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.